potentially use car bombs, warning that Tel Aviv.
The world is a mess right now. There's the war going on between Iran and Israel. And what people don't know, if you, what people don't know right now is that this is just one of many dozens of wars that are going on throughout the world. And this one is just in the forefront because it involves big players, it involves big powers, it involves Israel and the US. So, if you were to count the number of countries that are at war right now, I think technically an argument could be made that it's a world war. We could be in World War III and we just don't know it. And the president of Ukraine actually did say something like that once. He said that Russia has started uh, World War III because our mind is framed by historical wars like World War One and World War Two, which lasted 3 to 4 years and were defined by very obvious parameters, like sparked by declarations of war. We actually are blind to the possibility that World War III will not be shaped by such parameters, such declarations like countries formally stating that um, we are at war. It could be something like cyber attacks, uh, uh, declarations of war that are not announced, and we could be slow walked into World War III without even knowing it. So as it is, as it stands, I think there's about 15 countries or 20 countries which are currently at war. And in the past 24 hours alone, probably 7 countries started fighting. Granted, the main belligerents are Iran, Israel, and the US, but Iran did start attacking its neighbors and involved I think more than four to five countries in their war. And by blocking the Strait of Hormuz, Iran is indirectly involving China and a lot of who a lot of Asian countries who use the Strait of Hormuz. So the world is a mess. And to pinpoint what exactly started all this fighting, you'd have to go back years, decades and decades. But I don't know. I feel like at the moment we have not developed as a species enough to solve our problems in in a civilized way. We act like civilized countries. We pretend to be civilized countries, but we're not really civilized. We're still bombing the crap out of each other. Just yesterday, 100 kids lost their lives because of a missile. That is barbaric. If you were to transport a barbarian from the year 1300 and and make him witness what happened yesterday, he would ask for the next ticket back to his time because he would be just too shocked about this kind of barbarity. Because what are we so desensitized to violence? Are we so immune to suffering that um, it's now commonplace to see this kind of thing on our phones? It's now just like something to just exclaim at and just say, "Oh wow, that's terrible," and then move on and have your lunch, have your brunch, and go back to your TikTok, start laughing again, and just erase the memory of 100 school kids being blown to bits. This is this is a weird place that we're in. It's very weird. And I think people don't really understand how weird, how terrible our mindset is because of this constant um, exposure to shocking images, this constant exposure to violence. And sometimes I think I blame video games for the guys, for the men, especially because you are from the time when you're a kid, you're bought these video games of shooting, of blowing up cartoon characters. You're being primed. Your brain is being primed for war, and you don't know it. These Call of Duty games, these shooting games, they prime your mind to be ready for the real world where you actually will be doing these things. Because I just heard that recruitment from the army since Trump was elected has doubled. Young kids want to go into the army. Why would you want to into the army? You want to go and live out your childhood games. You want to go and experience the real Call of Duty. Well, because I don't see how people think being in the army is something that is noble like it was a long time ago. It used to be noble to be a soldier. You know, you're protecting your country, you're protecting your family, your women and children. But now it's no longer like that. What, like, let's think of it in terms of a big country like America. Are you really, really thinking about protecting your country when you're going into the army? Because your country is the biggest and baddest in the world. Other countries need to be protected from America. Because look at Venezuela, look at Colombia, look at Greenland, look at all the countries that have been threatened by America in the past 1 year alone. In the past 20 years, America has bombed more countries than all the other countries combined. So if you're joining the American military, you're not joining it to defend your country. You're joining it to be the aggressor. You're joining it to be the bully. You're joining it to live out your Call of Duty fantasies. You've been brainwashed to think you're doing a noble duty to your country, but you are the aggressor. Right now, there is no good explanation as to why America invaded Iran. They were in the middle of negotiations. Diplomacy had not ran its course. There's no good explanation. 100 kids were had to lose their lives, were blown to bits because of lies. Lies, lies, lies. And 3 American soldiers also lost their lives because they were told they're going to protect their country. Iran does not even have intercontinental ballistic missiles. They cannot reach the United States. The worst Iran can do to the United States is activate maybe a sleeper cell in the U.S., but that still is like it's like kids play compared to what America can do to Iran. And we saw that yesterday very clearly. They basically decapitated the government. So if I was a soldier who if I was a kid who wanted to be a soldier in America, I would think twice because your your noble quest to defend your country may just be a lie. It may just be a lie. You're being tricked to go and die. You're being tricked to go and fight wars that you're not supposed to be fighting. You're going to fight wars on a false pretense. And that's not a way to live your life. You should do it for a nobler cause, not this. Not this. This ain't it.